guess where we're going? We're going to the pub. Yeah, the Crocodile Dundee pub.
Well, we made it to the Crocodile Dundee pub. It's in the McKinley Shire and roughly 200 kilometres north of Winton. You can camp out the back of the pub for $30 a night, and you've got powered and unpowered sites, plus you have full amenities. There is a free camp just down the road if you want to head down there too, but we wanted a few sneaky wines and thought we'd stay at the pub. There's a very basic and very rustic camp kitchen at the back of the pub, but it's got everything that you need if you need it. Now the safari bus is no longer at the Crocodile Dundee pub. We took that photo about 5 years ago. Now word at the bar is they're making a new Crocodile Dundee movie, so we'll see if Hogs and Linda comes back. Well, we've left the pub and we're on our way through to Winton, which is about 200 k's down the road. We're not stopping at Winton, but for those that want to stop, it's actually a really cool little place. Lots of dinosaur parks for the kids, and it's just a really cool area to hang out in. But anyway, off we go. So we're going to take the route from Winton. We're going to come down through Longreach, spend a few days in Longreach catching up with an old friend. We'll make our way back down to Barcolden. We're going to shoot up to Aramac, do the sculpture trail, head up to Muddaborough, and then take this 100k stretch back down to the main highway. So pretty straightforward run. So yeah, come along. Well, we're hanging out on the street corner and we're waiting for our friend David to roll up. Plus our new friend Noel, who I'm probably going to call Noel. So I hope he has a really good sense of humour.
Hi mate. Hey, how you doing? Good.
Longreach is one of those really pretty little towns. Again, it's just got lots of history, so it's worthwhile wandering up and down the streets and taking everything that Longreach has to offer in. Didn't take too much footage though, because we were on a bit of a mission to do a few other things with David and we had such a short amount of time. But we ended up at the Qantas Club. After all the times we've been to Longreach, we never sort of made our way there, so this time we made the effort. You can get tickets that range from around $39 up to around $250. We just did the $39 jobby. There's heaps to see in the museum, and that there looks pretty weird, yes I know. Yeah, so if you're in Longreach, definitely go to the Qantas Museum and yeah, check it out. Great place for the kids. The little bar or cafe there is licensed and you can get meals if you want to as well.
So hook that onto there, the solar panel. Hook that on your car and that'll charge your battery. Yeah, that's something new.
Always learning, David.
Never sure I've learned. That's exactly right. Cheers, all you gotta do is send fucking photos. I get it. Just not gonna touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it, David. Okay, so we have left Longreach and we're on our way to Aramac via Barcolden on probably one of the most shittiest highways in Queensland. We stayed at the Freedom Camp, which is just on the southern side of town. It's $10 a night. It's an honesty type arrangement. There's no amenities there, but there is a caravan park at the top end of town if you want or need amenities. So when you get to Aramac, you can drop into the information centre and you can pick up one of these stylised maps. The route we took, we did the unsealed road first. That probably is about 120 k's and that'll take you all the way up to Lake Dun, which is a good place for a picnic or a stopover. And then it's all sealed road on the way back through to the township.
And while you're there, make sure you drop into the Healing Circle. That's also pretty cool. And there's a reserve there at Gray's Rock. We didn't go in there, but you can do that if you want to.
In total, the sculpture trail is a round trip of around 220 k's. There's heaps of dry flat plains that you're going to come across, and there's probably around 40 sculptures. I won't show them all here, but I'll put a heap of the sculptures in the back end of the video to have a look at. So it's almost like an adult game of Pokemon. One of our favourite sculptures was the returned soldier, so he sits loudly and proudly just near Horsetail Gorge. The sculptor's name is Melinda Rogers, and sometimes you can take a day's or even a few months to complete some of these sculptures. And she just builds them out of barbed wire, old bits of tin, anything you can think of, she pulls them together. So she's really, really an accomplished artist. On the stylised brochure you'll get from the information centre, you can actually tick off each one of the sculptures as you pass them, which is pretty fun thing to do for the kids. The only sculpture we didn't see was a cattle dog that had his leg lifted, and that's because some retard decided to steal it, which is a pretty sad state of affairs. But other than that, we ticked them all off the list. Well, welcome to Lake Dun. It's located 68 kilometres northeast of Aramac, and it's known to the locals as the lake. And it's a freshwater lake which is about 3.5 kilometres long and around 1.5 kilometres wide. Looks like you've got some wetlands over here. Got a few pelicans. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I reckon it must be accommodation of some description. Throw your dog in there, or your kids if they're giving you the shits. Super pretty. Come here. Don't know if I want to stay in them, but you could, I guess. Get yourself some washing machines and some dryers. Little dump point. A fairly big campground here too. Like I said, you got bins, toilets, showers, got a wharf, even got a windmill. She's pet friendly, and there is plenty and plenty of real estate. Looks like you can possibly get fuel over there too. Anyway, let's head down to the lake. Anyway, I won't walk on there because the last thing I need is for Doggo to go on the drinko. Come here, mate. It's very cool. And I think Lake Dun is on a pastoral lease, and they let the public come in and out. So it's a halfway point from, I guess, if you're going to do the whole sculpture trail. So it's sealed all the way from Aramac to Lake Dun. And then the other side of it, the other part of the sculpture trail, going back to Aramac, the other way is all dirt road. There's an amenities block here too, so there's toilets and showers and that in there. But bring your own PP paper because there was none. I think there's powered sites and there's non-powered sites. I think it's like $10 a night or something, so it's stuff full. And then you have this big, beautiful lake. It's pretty nice. Again, there's some more accommodation down there. Well, it looks like accommodation anyway. Not sure. And I think I read somewhere they do pizzas or something like that. If you're into pizzas. And that's possibly a pizza caravan you can see. Who knows?
Anyway, there she is. Lake Dun. Doesn't exactly look like I want to go for a swim in it, but I reckon you'd have a cracker of a time in a ski boat. Maybe catch some yabbies. There's heaps of mussel shells lying around, so must have some good stuff going on.
Well, we're leaving Lake Dun and we're doing the sealed road from Lake Dun right through to Aramac, and of course we're going to stop along the way, see a few more sculptures and go check out the Healing Circle.
Sorry?
So the Healing Circle is supposed to be an ancient sacred healing circle which is connected to 6 other healing circles across the world. And those healing circles are supposed to be in Japan, Tibet, Peru and Turkey and I think America. Apparently when you step into the centre, the Eye of God, you are connected to the energies of all 7 circles. Personally, I think it's a load of wally, but anyway, give it a go.
Gotta say, I'm all sculptured out now.
What?
I'm all sculptured out. So we've done the entire lap of the sculpture trail now. That's the last one. We're just doing a quick wee, and then you're in the dog box, and we're going to the pub. Hey, Barry.
It's a nice little pub in Aramac. We eventually warmed up to the barmaid. In the end, she was actually quite funny, so we're glad we stopped in there and had a few drinks. There's a nice little area out the back with a little bistro type thing, and you can also camp out the back of the pub for free, which is also cool because they know you're going to spend some money in the pub, which is also cool.
Well, we're at the Freedom Camp at Aramac. It's a $10 donation and you get to hang out with cows. Charlie reckons that little dark brown one there needs to jump in our freezer. He's probably right. So cute. Here's our little camp for the night. Lots of other little campers. So for your $10, you get a really nice river view and some wheelie bins, which is always helpful. You might even get yourself some squatters on the side of the road. Anything is possible in Aramac. So right on the river here, there's no camping, which is a real shame because it's so pretty. And if you have a look to the right, you might be able to see some very big pelicans. It's a very cool little spot. So I'm not sure what to think of Aramac. It's a different little place. I'm not sure if it's quirky, funky, or just weirdly odd. But anyway, regardless of what I think, it's definitely worth coming out for a tour and checking the place out. Here comes the sexiest man alive. What do you reckon? It's good, eh? Super good. Where you gone, baby dog? He's just had a big day today, haven't you, mate? You're looking very tired. very dishevelled, and you need a nap, don't you? But because you're a crazy cattle dog, you just won't do that. Hey mate. And his wheezing's getting a little bit worse of a night time now, so we'll see where he ends up. Hey buddy. He doesn't care. He's just watching his dad. Aren't you, mate?
If there was a negative to the Freedom Camp in Aramac, it would probably be the trucks roaring in and out of the township all night, but if that's the worst that happens, then it's actually not that bad.
Tell everyone you're a bit sad this morning, hey? You got a broken something, hey? You're not very happy. No, you double wrapped up. Got your medication in you so you can be ready to go again later, hey? Yeah, you're not happy. But he's still bird watching. Hey mate, you're a good fella. Flying an hour ago, you're going all right now, aren't you? Bullfed? His anti-inflammatories have kicked in. Is that a sausage? He's warmed up. He's good. Come here. Two heads, come here. So we're off to do the Cramsey Road today. So that road goes from the back of Aramac through to, I'm not sure if it's the north or the south side of Winton. So Bear's over his shit. If he's feeling much better, reckons he could fight tigers now, whereas this morning was a completely different story. So we're going to pop him in the car and we're going to get crack-a-lacking.
But first, some bull finding is in order.
Here is the infamous white bull. What do you call it? Cattle duffing. That's where they steal animals. And apparently they stole him because he was white and he stood out. Is that the truth?
That's the reason he got caught.
Oh, well he's a wally. So there you go, the white bull. There's heaps of bulls in town, but we're not showing you all of them because I got better things to do. Nice little pub, cafe that's not open, and that's pretty much the main street of Aramac. There's a butcher shop, a library, and an IGA. Anyway, that's Aramac. Alright, we're still bull chasing. There we go. Still bull chasing, and here is the adorable. Anyway, I reckon people on Aramac get a little bit weirded out, like people like me running around with a camera chasing bulls. But I chased that mighty fine bull one day. Actually, he chased me. Anyway, we're good. Oh yeah. So there's Bowler Bull outside the Bowls Club. Oh, this is probably my favourite part of Aramac. So the celebration or the remembrance of the Anzacs. Apparently the best time to see this though is at dusk, but that's pretty spectacular. I really love that. We've left Aramac and we're on the Cramsey Road to Muttaburra, and it's all single lane access, but the road's actually pretty good. It's probably better than the road between Longreach and Crocodile. So from Aramac into Muttaburra is around 80 k's, and we're
about 40 k's into it. There's not a lot to see, but you can almost smell dinosaurs. It just has that vibe to it, and it's almost like you can see where there's been a big inland sea.
So we've landed in Muttaburra. Totally forgot it was our grandson's birthday, so we're on the phone wishing him a happy birthday. Anyway, not much happens in Muttaburra. So there's a memorial centre, there's a pub, and there's a servo. Anyway, we're going to go check out the Muttaburrasaurus Interpretation Centre. So we saw this last year when we were here, but just stopped for a beer and didn't look through. So today we're going to go for a walk through the Interpretation Centre. Righto, let's go to the Interpretation Centre. Got lots of rocks.
The Interpretation Centre is actually really cool to go for a stroll. The kids will absolutely really love it, and there's heaps of history there too, so plenty of things to read, and you can really kind of take on board just how special the little township of Muttaburra actually is.
Like I said, not much to do in Muttaburra, but there's heaps to see. It's such a pretty little town, and they're really embracing the history here. But I do have one question about the dinosaurs. What come first? The dinosaur or the egg? I know, $1 million question, right?
There's a nice little cafe there too where you can get some food if you want, but they don't have a hot box, so whatever you order you have to wait for it to cook, so you might be hanging around for 15 or 20 minutes depending how long the queue is, but probably one of the best little cheeky hamburgers we've had in a little while.
Well, we're a little bit early for the pub today, but we have been to this pub a few times before, and it's just like any other pub. Anyway, we're gonna have a beer on the road instead.
Well, that's the road from Muttaburra to Longreach, pretty much done and dusted. We realised that we're not going to Winton, we're in fact going to Longreach, and just also realised that we've actually done this road before. Anyway, we'll head to Winton to go and buy some pickles from the fruit store.